Welcome to the channel and welcome to the second part of Haymaking 2025. In this second part I'm going to cover rowing up, baling and putting the hay in the barn here. I've also got the hay analysis through and that actually makes quite interesting reading. So if you wait till the end, I'll highlight how many bales we've made on this out of this field, but also what the hay analysis actually determined. So I'll see you shortly. Once you set this rake up, it does a pretty good job of actually raking quite cleanly. In no great rush this morning, so I'll give it plenty of opportunity. To set it to roll up, you just drop the gates down at the back. Here I've got them moved right in because this is going to be such a narrow row. There's these sort of gates that go down at the front, as far down as you can sensibly get them, and the tines get rotated to a different setting. And that's all there is. The unfortunate thing with it is that probably about 20 years ago, when I was reversing, one of the gates got caught in the ground and it bent it slightly, and it's just sort of a shape that's nearly impossible to sort out. So when you lift up, the tines hit the gate. Right, so we're just going to pick up the last bit on the outside, on the headland. This is where most of the hay actually is. And I think the overall is probably going to be I doubt if we've made 200. But it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it now. The quality is beautiful, so I'll state that as a positive. A bit more on these corners where a great storm thing. Okay, I'm just going to take you with me as we go and pick up a few packs of bales. You might have seen this setup before, but it's basically a Brown's flat 8 bale grab with a specially designed bracket. Myself and Brown's worked together to come up with a bracket that fitted, added the hydraulic lines. Then because it's quite a modern excavator, I was able to go into the software, into the control panel, and work out exactly what I wanted in terms of how the hydraulics would work. So how quickly it would come on, how slowly it would go off, stuff like that. And so I've set that up as a bale grab. There's no bale grab option obviously in the machine, but I've just created one. And it's not the fastest way of shifting bales, but it's the easiest. I mean, today we must be up to about 30 degrees, so although it's a little bit slow, it works because the bales are in the same field as the barn, and all you really need to do is just sit here and operate it as if you were just operating an excavator doing normal operations. So we'll head off out. I find the best way to do this is to try and approach the packs straight on. Get a reasonable bit of speed up before you get there. Not have the grab too close to you because it loses a little bit of flexibility. Square that up a little bit. So we've got X1 selected, which means I can open the grab and then I slow everything down. There's no rush. And then you just can operate it like you would do a normal grab. So get in behind the bales. Give them a shove up. swing a little bit to the left just to pack them. And when you're sure you got them, just operate the switch there. That'll grab them, pick them up, take it slowly about. I tend to try and keep them relatively close rather than have all the sort of the pivot pressure. And then head back. As you can see, it works quite well when you're quite close to the barn. When you're right at the other end of the field, it does take a little bit longer, but you know, a day like this, how else would you want to be, really? The reason I use the excavator is because we have it not far away. The bale grab is cheap. The excavator wouldn't have had, it wouldn't be working at the moment anyway, so you're just getting better utilisation of it. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I guess if there's some use of an excavator or this sort of setup, if you're loading up trailers in a remote field, if you've got limited horsepower, that you might have this in the yard for unloading and stacking. Because the benefit really is, as you get into the barn, is you can stack it right up without having to touch anything. You don't need any elevators or anything, just reach out. So when I get here, I tend to slow down a lot. Again, try and get square on, start lifting. Got plenty of headroom here. If you can get in square, you don't need to slew it. We're in there. Pull up, pull back. Don't hit the stanchions on the way out. Check behind. Off for the next one. This next one's quite difficult to put in. You actually get on top of that existing pack because it's slightly behind that stanchion. This is where you need to be changing over to the boom swing. Gently. Try not to hit the boom. Try not to hit the stanchion rather. So once you're clear of the stanchion, just a little bit higher. There. You can just see the edge of the existing pack. So this is where you want to start swinging the boom over. So you're going to rotate right and swing the boom round. So you're getting it more square. More, a bit more. To pack them too tight, otherwise you'll end up with a stack falling over. And this is the point you've got to remember to change that. So you've got X1, which is the hooks. So now you can get the hooks out. Lift up. Now pull back. Change over again so you got the boom swing so you can square that up again. set off. Turn it back. If you turn it back as soon as you can, then you don't forget it when you get over there. Right, just going to get one more. So Forage Plus have done the analysis for us. I always send it to Forage Plus, seem to get on really well with them. They give you both the information which I'm about to show you on the screen, and a covering email which is a little bit of a narrative, particularly in relation to if you're feeding horses. Again, what I'm looking for is a low sugar hay, and the results show that the ESC is 5.3%, starch 1.5%, and a combined percentage of 6.8% based on the dry matter, which is actually very low. And is what we're looking for, but the protein level is 4.8%. That is actually lower than I would normally have liked. But I think if you look at the first haymaking video 2025, I went through the grass and showed you what that comprised of, and the clover was very sparse, certainly compared to last year. Last year the protein levels were very good. And I think I made the comment about the fact that the mow was almost going to go over the top of the clover. And I think that the drought has just caused it not to fill out, not to grow properly. So anyway, to me, I thought this year that I might struggle because it was mown before the end of June, which is relatively early. But the season has been going a bit forward this year, and the grass was certainly different. There appeared to be more ryegrass in it, and but I did, as you'll see on that first video, I did manage to cut it when the sun wasn't up. It was a dull Saturday morning, and that will have helped to suppress the sugars. So all in all, I mean, you can obviously see what the rest of the results were, and they look at it as on an as-fed basis and a dry matter basis. But yeah, I mean, I have to say I'm very pleased. The customer for this, they're happy to take it. The covering email just sort of points out the need to top up the protein. So all in all, I think that's a good result. I could just done with a lot more. The actual bale count gave in about 48 bales to the acre, which is really, although they're nice quality bales, that's half of what commercially you're really looking for. So as ever, look forward to a better year next year. But it was quite cheap to make. It didn't take much turning, not very stressful, easy to manage, and the customer wants to take it, certainly some of it sooner rather than later. So this barn will start getting filled up with logs soon. So anyway, I hope you found that of interest, and if you did, please leave a like. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so, and thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.